During the day, this man fell off his skateboard for the first time, but by night, he was ready to participate in a skateboard race. To prevent falling again, he tied his feet to the skateboard. When the race began, his opponent rushed ahead, but Snow had no idea how to get the skateboard moving. With no choice, Snow had to use his hands to push off the ground. Though he struggled at first to stand up, he quickly found his balance. The uneven road in front of him seemed no different from a snowy path. In truth, Snow's real identity was that of a former professional skier. To him, the skateboard felt just like a pair of skis. While everyone expected him to lose, Snow suddenly began speeding up. His opponent, Shadow, was about to celebrate his victory, but Snow's appearance shattered that fantasy. Shadow quickly tried to accelerate and shake Snow off, but not only did Snow not fall behind, he actually passed him. However, Shadow wasn't worried because the next turn was a sharp corner, and at Snow's current speed, he wouldn't be able to make the turn without falling off. But Snow performed a smooth turn, turning his back and using the side of the skateboard to handle the bend. Since Snow had tied his feet to the skateboard, he managed to avoid falling off. However, he forgot that the skateboard had wheels and couldn't be controlled as easily as skis. Although Snow was passed by Shadow again, he quickly regained his skiing mindset, and despite this being his first time on a skateboard, he executed a drift that impressed everyone. In an instant, Snow caught up with Shadow, making Shadow sweat in fear. Yet Snow knew he was only strong on straight roads. Shadow would catch up on the turns. The two raced through the course, reaching the final stretch. Snow entered an abandoned warehouse, the unfamiliar terrain throwing him off. Shadow quickly passed him, but Snow decided to take a shortcut. He jumped onto a tilted metal frame, dropping down floor by floor. Shadow, realizing Snow was about to pass him, clenched a hidden weapon and prepared to strike. As Snow jumped down, Shadow threw the weapon, causing sparks to fly in the air. To everyone's shock, Snow glided through the air. This kind of aerial move was only seen in skiing, but Snow had never skated before. He executed an air slide, a move only professional skiers could do, a reverse backflip with a spin. It turned out that Snow had trained in skiing for 15 years. After his father's death, Snow had moved with his mother to a snowless town and, while looking for part-time work, met Reki, a classmate who was skateboarding. Seeing a skateboard that resembled skis, Snow became interested. Reki enthusiastically invited Snow to try, and though Snow immediately lost his balance and fell, Reki laughed heartily. But Reki demonstrated how fun skateboarding could be, and during one demonstration, Reki jumped over Snow's head in a flip, instantly sparking Snow's love for the sport. Reki later took Snow to apply for a part-time job at a skateboard shop, where Snow's first task was to deliver a skateboard to a secretive skateboarding competition at a restricted mine. To enter the venue, they had to meet with a contact, get a sticker, and go through several security checkpoints. But when they finally delivered the skateboard, they realized they had brought the wrong one. There was no time to return it, so Snow decided to participate in the competition himself. Though no one expected Snow to win, he stunned everyone and gained Reki's admiration. However, when Snow tried skating again the next day, he still struggled to start on his own due to his experience with fixed skis. He had to rely on Reki to give him a push. As Snow picked up speed, Reki forgot to warn him about an upcoming turn that led directly to the road. By the time Snow realized, it was too late. He tried to stop the skateboard, but due to the momentum, he flew into the street. A truck was approaching, but luckily, Snow quickly lay down on the ground and narrowly avoided